Okay, hi, I'm back. I'll be reading. a marriage without regrets study guide, and I will be reading program 4, the master key. Today's text, Mark chapter 8, verse 31 to verse 34. Mark chapter 8. Mark chapter 8, verse 31. Verse 31 to verse 34. Then Jesus began to tell them that the Son of Man must suffer many terrible things and be rejected by the elders, the leading priests, and the teachers of religious law. He would be killed, but 3 days later he would rise from the dead. As he talked about this openly with his disciples, Peter took him aside and began to reprimand him for saying such things. Jesus turned around and looked at his disciples, then reprimanded Peter. "Get away from me, Satan," he said. You are seeing things merely from a human point of view, not from God's. Then calling the crowd to join his disciples, he said, "If any of you wants to be my follower, you must give up your own way. Take up your cross and follow me." Luke chapter 14, verse 26. Luke chapter 14. Luke chapter 14, verse 26. If you want to be my disciple, you must, by comparison, hate everyone else, your father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters. Yes, even your own life. Otherwise, you cannot be my disciple. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 31 to chapter 5, verse 2. Ephesians chapter 4. Chapter 4, verse 31. Verse 31. Get rid of all bitterness, rage, anger, harsh words, and slander, as well as all types of evil behavior. Instead, be kind to each other, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, just as God through Christ has forgiven you. Imitate God, therefore, in everything you do, because you are His dear children. Live a life filled with love, following the example of Christ. He loved us and offered Himself as a sacrifice for us, a pleasing aroma to God. To God. To God. 1. Read Mark chapter 8, verse 31 to verse 34a. What was Peter trying to do? Can we save our loved ones? B. How did Jesus respond to Peter's attempt to. Now we Luke chapter 14, verse 26. A. How is a person to hate his own life? How can we conceal this? With Jesus command to love our neighbor as ourselves. B. Who should be our first love? 3. Finally, read Ephesians chapter 4, verse 31 to chapter 5, verse 2. A. Does chapter 4, verse 31 help us understand hating our own soul, the old man? B. What are we called to imitate? Okay, that's all for program 4. Bye.